Morning everyone, Craggy again. I'm not sure if it is still Shark Week, but I don't care. I'm going to review a shark anyway. Beast Wars Cybershark. Now, I'm not a zoologist, but I'm fairly certain he's a hammerhead shark. And he has a nice solid fin, but these two will flap around. Now, I thought I liked them like that, but then I've just realised they don't have any paint apps on the top there, whereas they do on the bottom. So I might have these swapped around. This way they don't flop, but they do only move up the way. They pop off easy enough, so I suppose it's up to yourself. Now the paint apps on here are really quite nice. He's got these little spots running all the way along his back, on his fins, and then on his tail. He's got little red eyes, just a wee bit. But it's the blue that really gets me. I'm guessing these bits are all, well, these bits are all cast in the blue plastic, and then the tail and the sides are cast in sort of beige plastic with like a blue spray over them. It might be the other way around. Um, okay, no, it looks like it might be the blue that maybe all the bits are cast in, but it's a really nice effect. Just going down to the colour of his belly there, and you can kind of see some robot-y legs, but they've done a quite good job of sort of integrating those. It looks like you're supposed to be able to plug the bits on the heels into the fists inside, but it doesn't work that well. Not with being able to keep him closed as well. In this mode, he's got a couple of things, a couple of gimmicks. He's got this bit that pops out, which is kind of for the weapon for robot mode, but it can still deploy in beast mode, and his head fires off at you. Fair enough. So, transformation, pop the tail off. You can pop the head off as well, but I'm going to leave it on just now. Flip open his belly, and then you've got a robot inside him. It's pretty straightforward sort of transformation, really. The head flips up. Actually, yeah, no, that bit does stay up even with the head deployed. So you can kind of have the head sitting up and sticking out his chest if you want, um, because there's one thing that a lot of Beast Wars toys do, and that's have the head be really obtrusive in robot mode. So if you want to replicate that on this, you can. Otherwise, ping it off. You can pop that bit down, or you can leave it up as a sort of chest gun sort of thing. I'm going to leave it down because it kind of hides the fact that there's not a whole lot else going on underneath there. But that's him pretty much done. I mean, flip out the feet, and he's ready to rock. Now, he does have these big shark bits, but I kind of like them. They're kind of seekery. And here's a little rub symbol, which you can tell it's getting near winter because the rub symbol is not on. I can't be bothered. These are maximal anyway. And so then you've got these two bits that are weapons. I'm going to look at the robot mode first though. He's got really nice face with his big jaws, with teeth, red eyes, and he has the paint apps carried across from the body of the shark onto his head with its little fin. Ball joint, decent enough. He can look anywhere he wants to. Ball joint on the shoulders as well, and then a cut at the elbow. It does give him that sort of, I've got two parts of my arm connected to very little, so he's not all that solid looking there, but doesn't really bother me. You're not going to be posing him, looking him at the side anyway, because you'll not be able to see him. The inside of the shark's not quite as gory looking as the other, well, at least one of the other versions of him, the Hellscream version, but it's kind of a, I suppose, a coppery sort of brown. Doesn't look like any kind of chocolate. The legs have a ball joint. There's no waist swivel because, well, there's not really any way to do one. Um, Ball joint on the legs, hip, yeah, hip swivel, bend at the knees, and then there is a little bit of articulation on the feet. It's not a whole lot, and it isn't really going to give you an awful lot of options, but it's something there. Uh, Tail plugs into the hand, and he's got his sword thing. And you can also plug the head in to the other hand. You can. Yeah, there we go. I actually just noticed at the back there, it does give you a little nice little three fin sort of silhouette thing going on. He still looks pretty badass. You can't really flip his head up to make it look like he's swimming at you. Sort of can a little bit, but not too much. And I don't know what he's going to do with his shark head as a weapon. Probably not an awful lot. This one's quite good though. It kind of looks like a sword already. And then, in order to pop it out, you've got to kind of hurt your own finger. It's a nice enough toy. It's actually really nice. It's one of my favourite Beast Wars. Just because I like this. You can't. I mean, the face kind of gives away something. And looking at the back, yeah, sure. But just from the robot mode, you can tell that he's sort of aquatic. But in another paint scheme, and you could argue that he looks like something else. I just know this one too much as a shark, but I think he does a fairly good job of hiding it. Um, he's not really obvious, unlike a lot of Beast Wars guys, and he does have the cool gimmicks, the fire and missile, the flip out thing, and the robot mode is really posable, nicely posable. I wouldn't mind seeing this guy maybe with a proper sword, but other than that, I mean, he's really quite good. He's not Captain Shark. He's more like Bosun Shark. But yeah, I'm really glad I picked this up eventually, after I think playing with it 10 or 15 years ago. Is it first year of Beast Wars? It might be second year of Beast Wars, so somewhere around that. Um, I remember I knew someone that had it when it came out. I never did, but I always sort of thought, I'm gonna have to pick that up. By the time I was interested, there wasn't any in shops anymore. So now I've finally got him, and I'm looking for the other versions of him, Sharp Edge and Hellscream. Oh, he has missiles as well. I forgot that he had missiles because they store away so neatly, and they plug in to his chest, and they've got little shark faces on them as well. You're not going to be able to see. You can sort of see that, which is really quite cool. And I don't know if they do fire. They're certainly not wanting to. They do. They do eventually fire, but missiles aren't made for firing in my book. It's a good one-off gimmick. Other than that, really nice toy. Get the other ones, or get this one. If you get the one that's got repugnance with it, overbite, and you really like him, but you don't like Overbite. You don't like Repugnus, rather. Send me Repugnus.